Hello and welcome. This is Abhinav, and I welcome you. In this video, I'm sharing information on when an NRI needs to file a tax return in India. Right. So a lot of NRIs have this question that they are non-residents, uh, but are they required to file a tax return in India? So let us take other situations when they need to file the tax return. So number one is that when their total income in India before any deductions or exemptions for long-term capital gain is above the exemption limit of 3 lakhs, right? 3 lakhs is as per the new tax regime, which is from this year, financial year 23-24. It is like the default tax regime, or otherwise if you opt for the old tax regime, then it is 2.5 lakhs. So if the income before any deductions, exemptions, it is above 3 lakhs. If it is above 3 lakhs, then you need to uh, file the tax return in India. It is mandatory. Now many NRIs think that this is the only condition. If the income is below 3 lakhs, they don't need to report, they don't need to file a tax return. No, that is incorrect. I'm coming to more situations now. If your deposit in savings bank account is more than 50 lakhs, or a current account more than 1 crore, right? If your deposit in a savings bank account more than 50 lakhs, current account more than 1 crore, then also you need to file a tax return. Now, will the savings bank or current account means also an NRE, NRO account, right? For example, you credit like more than 50 lakhs of your income earned outside India into the maybe you can remit it to the NRE account more than like 60 lakhs. Will that fall into this? In my view, yes. It's a subtle gray area, right? In my view, it is yes, because by savings bank account or current account, it also includes NRE and NRO accounts. What are NRE and NRO accounts? They are just basically the accounts that are Indian accounts that are redesignated to non-resident accounts just because the person has become an NRI as per the FEMA, right? So they retain their character as an Indian SB accounts. And they, in my view, in that instance, it the tax filing requirement will get triggered in India, right? Then foreign travel, if you spend on any foreign travel more than 2 lakhs, right? If you spend like for from India, you make a payment for any foreign travel for more than 2 lakhs, you need to file a tax return in India. Then if there is an electricity consumption, so if you have an Indian home and there's an electricity consumption, the electricity bill is more than 1 lakhs, right, which is like 8,000 or more per month or something like that, then you need to file a tax return. Then turnover of the business, if you have a business in India and the turnover of that business is 60 lakhs and above, and or if you have a profession in India and it is more than 10 lakhs, then you need to file a tax returns. But anyways, if you talk about turnover from business or profession in India, then anyways it will come, your total income in India will cross that particular, I mean that thing will get triggered, so it will anyways qualify. Then important thing is that if you have a TDS or a TDS or a TCS of more than 25,000, right? So this is 25,000 is a very very small kind of a case. So if that kind of a thing is there, again that will trigger a tax filing requirement in India. Then if you claim income to tax on special rates, so if you claim certain special rates for your investment income in India, non-residents can claim certain special rates. Then basically the taxation on those special rates is basically starts from rupee 1 only. There is no such exemption limit that you get. So in that case, you'll have to file a tax return in India to claim that special rate. Then, in some optional cases, if you have like a carry forward of loss, you cannot carry forward the loss if you don't file a tax return. So, in that case, you'll have to claim. Or if you have to claim any TDS or TCS, for example, if you have a TDS that was deducted, for example, you had NRO deposits in an NRO account and a flat 31.2% TDS has been deducted, or you want to take a claim of that TDS or of TCS, then you need to file the tax return to take a claim of those things. Now, if you don't file a tax return, there are no as such a filing consequences, right? There earlier there was a penalty, but now there is no such penalty as such of non-filing of the tax return. However, it can lead to information notices from the income tax department, and this is generally what happens. Like for example, if you have significant, I'll make a separate video on transactions which can trigger a tax notice, right? So if you have like big credits in your accounts in India, or if you have some big investments that you have done, like more than 30 lakh you have bought a property or something, right? So then what happens is that the information gets reported to the income tax department. So against that reporting of information, they will see, now everything is basically all the data analytics thing happen. They see against this particular pan for whom like TDS has been deducted at 50,000, whether the person has filed a tax return in India. So if the person has not filed a tax return in India, there is this information inquiry notice that comes, that we have not been able to see a tax return that you have. Although there is no taxable income, or the taxable income is less than the exemption limit, still just because the person has not filed a the tax return in India, it can be, there can be information. It's not a tax demand. They want information why you have not filed. So that definitely is a possibility. If you have Indian investments, Indian assets, or Indian transactions, it's always better to file a tax return. So my opinion is that if you are a non-resident and you hold a PAN and you have any Indian financial interests, Indian investments or Indian assets, or a home in India, or you want to buy any home or any investments in India, and you have a PAN in India, always, 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 please do file a tax return in India. It's always advisable. It ensures continuity. It saves you from the hassle of replying to the tax notices, non-filing tax notices. Right? In every way, it is better. Spend a few thousand, get a tax return filed in India, and that's the right approach in my view. So I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, do share it in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much.